All right, this one will be a local story. Sports betting has just been legalized in Arizona. I guess legalized is probably not the right way to put it, but it just became legal to bet on sports in Arizona. The timeline, May 2018, the Supreme Court of the United States overturns ban on sports betting, Sports Protection Act. Of course, it's unconstitutional to stop people from betting on sports. January 2019, Senate Bill 1158, tribes offer sports betting. This was done by Sonny Borelli and 2 other senators. Voted down. February 2020, a second attempt, Senate Bill 1525, again Sonny and Steve Purga. That one actually went through. March 2021, Arizona House Bill approves a bipartisan House Bill 2772. That's the bill that we have now that allows gambling in Arizona. April 2021, governor signs into law. June 2021, the Arizona Department of Gaming, the ADG, announces it will begin September 9th, 2021. That day, tribes sue the ADG, claiming it will hurt revenue. They actually threw the case out because the tribes were unable to show proof, but the state was actually able to show proof that if they weren't allowed to go through with their sports gambling, it would actually hurt the state. So the whole case got thrown out because the Supreme Court of Arizona deemed it would actually hurt the state of Arizona to stop the bill from going through.
You can
question.
bet on.
I was going to say, with our local casinos, were you able to put in a sports bets?
Yeah, that was my question as well.
Well, you want to look it up?
Yeah, can you like
The guy behind the computer?
on the? I think I did see that Talking Sticks building.
Because I don't remember there being you being able to put
This is specifically off reservation betting and online betting. So this is
I just mean like,
entities that
But
aren't.
no, but because I think casinos like before, or I don't know, you couldn't have a legitimate roulette table.
Yes.
You'd have to play like a computer one.
Okay.
And or craps was another one. So if you walk into a Arizona casino,
It'd only
you'd
be
see
cards and slots.
right? Slot
Yeah.
machines, blackjack, 3-card poker, and 21. That's like.
Yeah, they don't even have Keno, do they?
No, I think they did have Keno. They
Oh,
do
'cause
have
it's like-
Keno, but that was it though. I don't remember there being a way to.
What I got from this,
Because what I find it interesting is that they would be against it, but they could set up their own sports
Yeah.
booking as well. It'd be like something else as a feature for people to go and gamble.
I think they're trying to keep it all on the res, and because they're giving out 28 licenses that aren't reservation.
Yeah.
So for people off res to have gambling, and I
Well,
think
yeah.
Well, just sports books though.
sports books. That's
Sports
exactly
betting.
correct. That's
Yeah.
exactly.
It doesn't
correct.
mean you're gonna have slot
Just sports
machines.
books.
and-
Yeah, because people are still going to
Yep.
go into the casinos physically.
Because my mom likes to gamble. She's not gonna have sports book. She's still gonna go to the casino.
Yeah, and that's
You
exactly.
know,
I think they were just trying to
$100
keep
on a
it.
slot machine.
Yeah.
They'll still get that revenue.
Mhm.
They'll get that senior citizen revenue.
Yeah. Social Security.
Social Security money going. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
So they got that locked down. So I don't understand why they tried to. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, I
They
think just
thought
to
they
monopolize
were
the
going
market,
to.
yeah.
Right.
You know the drill. They don't want other people to get in on it because
Yeah.
then once sports betting goes off res,
Yeah.
then other kinds can go off res, and then maybe
No, I
we
don't
already
think
have
other
sports
kinds are going
books.
to go
And
off for us.
Yeah.
it's hard to say. I'm sure that was their argument.
Right.
Is that it's going to hurt their revenue because people are going to be betting on off res. It's the 16th market in the country to legalize online betting. And then there were some funny things in the wording. The ADG is to establish a few, this is how they word it, for the privilege of operating event wagering. And there's actually a monthly fee, is kind of how they made it seem, for betting. So if you have a book, like a sports book, I think you said it was called, you have to potentially pay a monthly fee, and it's probably a percentage that goes to the
Yeah.
state. That 8% is probably what it is. But there's probably a fee on top of it.
Well, yeah, I'm sure the government is getting their money on the
Oh,
back
yeah.
end from.
Well, like you said, there was an
I don't think
estimated
that's-
from the
150
consumer
million.
I don't
itself.
think that's a fee on the consumer. That's a fee on the
The
license.
license.
Well, I'm sure it's
Right.
both.
No,
You'll
no,
have
no.
the taxes for your income
Mm-hmm.
for the consumer.
Well, that's
and
if you
then,
win.
Yeah,
They tax you if you lose.
yeah.
Tax you on money lost.
They take your house because
That's double taxation. You can't double tax a single tax.
Yeah.
And one of the other ones I thought was funny I mentioned earlier was you can't bet on injuries. Can't bet on injuries, no e-sport betting.
I mean, can you do that in Vegas? I wasn't aware you could do that in Vegas either.
Maybe on the
specific-
outskirts of Vegas when it's
Yeah.
shady.
Yeah, like-
Yeah, it's just specifically written into the law
Yeah.
that there's no betting on injuries.
Yeah, I think that's a good. I mean, I don't think you should be betting on injuries.
And something else too is it's up to the licensee to develop a procedure to inform people of the dangers of gambling. And I hate this because this is a regulatory committee, Arizona Department of Gaming. I'm sure they have a department head and a handful of internal departments and half an army's full of people,
Yeah,
and
well,
they can't even write their own goddamn procedures.
No, what it is you're basically forcing the people that are, you know, the sports books are
To
creating
assume
another layer of
responsibility,
bureaucracy
yeah.
that like funds these government programs, which they love because then it's jobs for the governments, all these other things, and it just creates another level of bureaucracy and oversight essentially of the sports books. But then they can say, look, we have these programs in place. We told people
force
the
them
dangers
to
of betting.
Put these
So,
programs in place.
Yeah, you know, people
Instead of
can pay
doing it
attention to
ourselves.
them.
Isn't
Like
that what the
Gary,
tax dollars
you know,
should be
like-
used for?
Yeah.
You guys are talking over each other.
I'm
No,
sorry.
Jinx. No, I was just saying, yeah, it's like, you know, people understand that drugs are bad, they still do them. And people understand alcohol. Like, there's no class that you're going to give people that is going to stop them from doing it. I think it is good that we have programs like AA, essentially, but for gamblers.
It's
Gamblers
next.
Anonymous.
No,
Yeah.
I think it's called Next Step.
There's already a program set up by the state. I hear the phone number for it on the radio. So
Yeah, and all the ads. You know, and as soon as it became legal, and then I understand it, but you got ads everywhere, and it's heavily ads. So you're like,
Well,
television, radio.
it's probably
Uh,
subsidized by the state. So if you get somebody to come into your program, you probably get money from the state for it. So you could probably file for a grant from the state to make the commercials, and then once people call you, you get paid by the state.
You know, I'm talking about like MGM, Caesars.
Yeah, he's talking about.
Oh, the actual sports betting itself.
Yeah.
No,
all the advertisement, like
Yeah.
it just came in like a flash
No.
flood.
They will make those guys pay for advertisement of like gamblers' addiction too, which is part of it. You know, like the cigarette companies, they pay for all the anti-cigarette ads, essentially. So you'll see that too. But yeah, we were talking about that earlier, where they're using the memes to advertise and how annoying it is. It's like, don't use memes.
Oh yeah.
To
Memes are
advertise.
pure.
And, yeah, memes are
Don't
pure.
take this from
Memes
me.
are- yeah. But
So I personally feel it's a great idea. I don't have a problem with gambling.
I mean, it's gonna generate a lot of
Yeah,
money.
and that's exactly what I like. It's
That-
a source of income for the state that's
And
not
I
taxes
feel,
on me.
I mean, I remember seeing it on the news. I mean, I didn't do my research, but the portion of the money that's to go into the state was to fund like schools and.
Oh yeah, that's pretty standard stuff.
Right.
It's the sugar to swallow the medicine kind of thing.
Right.
It's like, oh well, it's evils of gambling, but K through 8, they are going to get $100 million more every year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It'll fund outreach programs.
But if it does do that, I mean, that's.
Yeah, that's great. Again,
Right.
I feel in this country, in this state especially, we very underfund our public education.
Well,
We're like
what
48.
are-
my only other concern would be, and I'm not aware of this one, do some research, but are the gambling companies themselves going to be Arizona? I'm guessing they would have to be Arizona-based companies, right?
No way. Because you're talking, like you said, MGM, Caesar,
You
I've
have
seen
right.
that name.
they're all-
Well,
They're
I just mean that they would
No.
have to have like
not with the
some
kinds
kind
of legislature
headquarters
we have
here,
now.
And
So, like,
It'll be.
on the app,
Yeah.
it tracks your location. It has to, or else it won't let you.
that
place
makes
it.
sense.
That's-
Yeah, so you can.
So that's, I think that's a way that they see, well, all these bets came from Arizona, even though they're going through
Yeah,
MGM and
yes.
Caesars. So when tax season comes, they know
Yeah, all
what to
these
pay
banks
to
make-
Arizona, right?
Yeah, I imagine it's probably a lot like when you buy something through Amazon. You know, the Deuce did this recently, where now we pay state tax on online purchases. So where before you didn't pay anything, now you pay
Well,
whatever.
it was always a loophole for Amazon, and I was actually glad that they fixed that loophole.
Yeah.
'Cause, like the internet companies
Sweetheart
got
deal,
special permission, not because it was back when e-commerce they felt it needed the boost, where now obviously it doesn't. People are more likely to buy things on Amazon. They should pay the local state taxes because those are going directly to their communities. Otherwise, the state just doesn't get that revenue, and it makes people more likely to shop in actual brick and mortar stores, which keep our local businesses alive as well.
Yeah, because it's all of a sudden it's not a better deal.
Yeah.
Because it's the same price, but you have to pay tax on both.
Mhm.
You know, it's like a wash.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense, and I'm sure it'll be just like that. You know, they're going to make it so the schools get some, everybody gets some, and
Yeah. Well, you're not going to stop, vice. People are going to gamble. They're going to do, but
yeah, really tax those vices. That's where you want to make your money. You got to caffeine, sugar.
Yeah.
yeah, well, it's
trans
more effective
fats.
than making them illegal.
Oh yeah,
Because people still do them. Yeah, you might as well have it controlled.
menthol, mint.
and-
Oh my God, double the cost of it.
yeah.
Anything with mint, tax at 20%.
Why mint?
I don't know. I don't like it.
Um,
How about you? How do you feel?
about these, I like it.
Yeah,
I
sports
mean-
betting, sports books. I know you've already placed a couple of bets.
Yeah.
Is it something you're excited about?
It's fun. I mean, it does make I watch football,
Yeah.
and it makes
Makes
watching-
gamble. Yeah, it makes watching the game better because
You got
there
something
gotta be-
invested into.
Yeah, you got a little
Yeah, you got that.
leather in the
Kids'
game.
college fund invested in it.
You better hope for it, boy. If we make the spread,
Yeah.
you're going to college.
So that, but I know later in the future you are going to hear those stories where somebody lost their house.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
You can't
and
stop
that-
people.
right,
making bad
Yeah,
decisions.
those people will lose their house anyway.
right.
You can blame it on online betting all you want.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure if you lose your house to online betting, you're gonna lose your house some way or another. Anyway.
Right, and but that that's going to come up
Yeah.
at one point or another. But I like it. It's easy to place a bet, and I think that's
Well, I'm
where
sure
they're
that's
gonna-
part of the hook. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can sit at your home, make the game more interesting.
Because you don't even have to understand it.
I can bet on
when I
things I don't
first
even
started,
get.
I didn't quite understand because I've never done
Sports betting?
Right, and so like last night on the Giants and Washington football team,
Okay.
I put a $25 bet on the Giants, and they were +4, and I thought that they had to win with 4 points or more,
Yeah.
and they ended up losing, and I ended up winning money. So the Giants lost by 1 point.
All right.
The +4 is at 4 extra points on the Giants. So that means in the real world they lost by 1, but in the gambling scene they won
They won by
by
3.
3 points.
All right, I get it.
But I didn't know that at the time,
Yeah.
and I won money, and so I
You're
could
like
see-
all sad and oh,
and then I checked my account. I was like, oh wait, why is it? I was like, and then I did my research that I probably should have done before
Yeah.
placing the bet.
Well, I mean,
Like how
$25 bet.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
But I can see, how somebody
yeah.
can easily lose their money. if
Yeah,
they
well,
don't-
it's like we were talking about the E-Trade, not E-Trade, but what's the
Oh, like Robin Hood? Yeah. Back
Did you
Oh,
see that one
yeah.
where the kid
committed
committed
Yeah.
suicide because he
Thought
thought
lost
he
100
lost,
grand or something.
Right.
and it was an error on the app, and yeah, like I can see where people might accidentally like.
That's true.
But-
I mean, it's buyer beware.
Is there-
You
is
have
there,
to. You can't. These are adults. You have to be 21
You
or
have to be
older.
21.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have to you have to do your own research.
Are you able to cancel your bet as long as before the game?
Yes, you can.
As long as it's before the game starts.
So
Before the game
if you mess
starts,
up, yeah,
you can cancel it. But once the game starts, then yeah.
Yeah,
can't
no, that
cancel
makes
it.
sense. But yeah, if you,
They're
if you
recording.
waited
Oh,
before
you know what?
and you decide to change your mind, it's nice that you can cancel.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, those are in future bets, and you can go in there, change it, cancel it, add more money or whatever.
Do the odds and stuff change as
They
it gets
do.
closer to the game?
As each day goes by,
Is
the
it how
odds-
people bet, or is
Yeah,
it how
it is.
the teams do?
Or if like
like how the general
during
sports-
training,
Yeah.
you know, like their running back got hurt and now they're going to be out, so then the odds
The odds
change.
will change.
Right, but what you locked it in, that stays locked in. But
Yeah.
then if you go and change it and the odds have
Yeah.
already changed, then you get the new odds.
So if you had a 4-to-1 bet, that something changes to 2-to-1 bet. If you try to change your bet instead of 4-to-1, you get 2-to-1.
Well, I
because
think
that's the new.
because it only changes if it's better odds for you. If it's worse odds, they can't change your bet to worse odds unless you cancel it. That would be.
No, well, again, it's when you place your bet, at that time, it locks your bet
Yeah.
at those stats.
Okay.
You know, and if, you know, a few days go by and something happens that changes those stats, yours won't change because you got locked it in at that time.
Yeah.
But if a new bet goes in, they won't get those previous stats, they'll get the new stats.
All right.
But yeah, sometimes the odds changing is better for you, sometimes it's worse. So it just depends on-
50-50?
Well, because sometimes you'll end up earning more money, but it's a higher risk, or it could switch the other way where you're more like. Because sometimes when everybody bets on the same team,
Yeah.
then it makes it more attractive to bet on the other team, even though it might have been a 50-50 game. Just everybody's betting one way for something.
I had a funny one in here too about it. I noticed a grammatical error on the actual bill itself.
Nobody cares about your grammatical errors.
Yeah.
But it's the fucking, you're talking $250 million in the first goddamn year, and you can't get your goddamn, you can't get somebody to proofread your shit? It's like, give me a break. They put free.
They were in a rush. We
instead
gotta
of
get
fee.
this.
Yeah, yeah.
Football's
You
about
wouldn't
to
get it.
These,
Football's
these
about
gamblers
to
are
start.
salivating
We
it
gotta
around,
get
yeah.
this bill
They're
through.
gonna riot if we don't.
But we gotta check
Football
the
season
grammatical.
starts. Yeah.
Okay.
Get it out of there. You don't start it before.
We gotta guess it's up for a vote.
Yeah.
We gotta give it to them minutes before the vote so nobody has a chance to read it.
And it's before, and again, it was all football season. You gotta get it in before football starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
Yeah.
That's where you making that money.
Yeah.
What are they gonna bet on? Soccer? What are they gonna, with the Heat? What's the local game called? The
We
local
got Phoenix Rising,
Phoenix
Yeah.
Rising?
LA Galaxy.
Oh God.
That's all I know.
Yeah.
I don't watch soccer. Don't make it a
You mean
racist.
football? Football.
Football.
Yeah. Foosball.
Anything else you want to add there?
No,